I won't waste any time. We've done this multiple times this week. This is our last Millie of the season. Essentially, this was a really fun exercise. We hadn't done it this way before, where we were really structured and it kind of came at you on a every week basis. So like every Sunday, you guys can go back and watch our catalog of our teams. I really like a lot of the teams that we got. Sure, they have some crossover. They have a lot of comparable, but it makes sense to me on this draft board. I thought it might be good to get people's live reactions. That's why I went live when I did. But Gov, Donnie, how are we doing?
Doing good. It's a nice Sunday night.
As always, I'll be paying attention to the draft board mostly. So, Donnie, if they see any comments, just shout them out to me. Unless they're just totally stupid, in which case, I hope they leave.
109, not bad.
All the stupid comments are welcome until we say screw off.
109.
A Mooney 777. Now there's a draft.
So we didn't get any number one picks. Last year, I think we got 2 of them when we did drafts. We didn't get a single one this year. We did get the one out of 2, and that for sure. Do you think we would have had a debate there?
No, I think unless you're drafting many multiple teams and you take the dude you might choose wide receiver or running back, but I think you just take the dude you want.
I agree. I was listening to trying to diversify my best ball exposure, just to, my mind, and the guy was like, "Well, I think Chase is like by far the best number one pick in like the last 5 years," and I'm like, I don't think so.
I don't know if it's
I love Chase.
far.
I do think last year was harder to make that determination. Like I do think that list is small this year, but
I mean, just historically, like he didn't have a top 5. Like, yes, he was the number one fantasy guy last year, but historically, I don't think it was top 5 all time, or even top 5 in the 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, I love Chase. The problem is the Cincinnati stack is expensive.
I'm pretty sure Barkley had more points than Chase, yet everyone's giving it to the wide receiver.
Yeah.
So we have the number 9 pick.
We do. So last week we had the last pick.
We've had the 12. We've had the 2. I forget where our other one is. We can check that later.
Donnie, how do you feel? Because you were really excited about the 12 last week. I think you called it your favorite position.
But what?
You said the 12 last week was your favorite position. How do you feel about that?
Just the end piece, that last quarter junction,
yeah.
I like the best.
So you're still okay with 9?
Yes.
It looks like we're going to have a similar situation to last week, where we're going to have Jefferson, Lamb, some of these.
Jefferson
I don't want
dropping. We're going to be around Jefferson, Nabers, St. Brown.
I don't get why Jefferson drops. Like, I do think he'll go before a pick, but he does.
All right.
Strange though.
I
McCarthy,
don't mind getting McCaffrey if he's left to us. Okay. Who's your favorite wide receiver of the 3? I would say pick one.
Puka?
What about you, Donnie? Puka, Nabers, or Collins? I kind of want to go Nico.
Oh, I like
Nabers,
Nabers too.
Nabers.
10 seconds, though.
Okay, Nabers. That's 2 on Nabers. Let's go Nabers.
Okay.
All right. So if we have Nabers, do we want to correlate him at all for the playoffs? So, like, we have a giant.
Yeah, what are we looking at?
Playoff correlation would be a Washington guy, a Minnesota guy, and a Las Vegas guy for week 17. So do we want to prioritize getting like Genty or Bowers here to go? which could still be Genty or
I think Genty or Bowers could be there. I wouldn't mind Ladd. I know you were talking about in your personal as well. I know our portfolio has a lot of them. We have a lot of Ladd already, but we would diversify in that case because I think he would be like, I think 100% maybe Ladd. Maybe there's one team where we didn't take
No,
him.
there's one where we picked Bowers because Ladd went.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If Puka's still here, I think I'm running to the podium.
I was about to say, like, I can't believe Puka.
I don't think he will
People
be.
are dropping down Puka so much because they don't believe in Stafford is going to play, and no one has any faith.
Puka's there.
Yeah, 100% you just ate Puka.
I agree. I don't know why he was there.
And the Rams give us
No, last
Detroit,
year-
Seattle, Atlanta. Okay.
Maybe we were talking about historics a bit, before we started this podcast, and maybe people are worried about the injury with Puka, but like that's too big of a fall for me. I don't understand.
It was only a couple of spots, but like normally I would have expected more likely to get Puka first and then maybe Nabers drop back.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it's more the order or just like the shot. Like at this point, I feel like
I was
more and
not
more
expecting him to be there in the second. Like I'll give you that. He's normally a first round pick.
And I feel like more smarter people at this point are like trying to fill up the Millie. They're getting, they know what time of the year it is. You're usually getting smarter drafters. I'm just surprised. I think we can sit back now, though.
Let's put it this way: if Stafford gets hurt, is it even Jimmy G at this point? Like it probably isn't.
It might be Bennett. I was telling Gus.
Yeah, like Bennett is played pretty decent. I know it's preseason, but that's just 2 preseasons in a row where it's like.
To be honest, I don't
right?
care which one because I think they would both be Puka anyways.
Agreed.
I feel the same way.
I mean, maybe it wouldn't look pretty, but I think Puka would. He would benefit, I think, from both quarterbacks.
You're gonna have to be in the game plan more.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get more designed plays. And it's just don't look anywhere else. Throw it here.
And Bennett was an experienced college player. He is more of a kind of Joe Burrow plug and play right out of college to the pros kind of guy. And he had that kind of redshirt year because he was dealing with the mentals. Like, I don't think it would be such a desperate move. Allen goes as the first quarterback. That'd be too early for me.
This is like the second person I've seen draft Chase and then make sure they get Josh Allen in the third instead of trying to wait for Burrow in the fourth.
Yeah, like I would more likely to reach for Burrow in the fourth. I don't even like that, but to me that would make more sense. But
I would be looking for a running back to try to get.
Yeah, I think we need a.
Is there a correlation tiebreaker anywhere for you, Gov? Like I'm not saying we will go with the correlation, but is there anyone like that might factor in here?
Looking right now,
I like Breece Hall. We have a lot of Hampton. I don't mind taking Hampton, but if we want to diversify a bit, I think I'm probably the highest on Hall though, so I'll wait and see if anyone else has any names.
I would still rather James Cook, especially now that the Bills have doubled down and signed him to an extension. Like they're telling us he's the future at back.
Maybe Gov will have to break that tiebreaker because he'll never convince me Cook is better than Hall. But
usage is just probably going to go to James.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But I think they're very close to each other. To be honest, what's our number pick? Like scroll up just a little bit so I can see. I know this is our third round pick. We're pick 33, which is exactly where James Cook goes. There's not really a running back that would go in this range. So if we don't take James Cook, I would probably just take a wide receiver.
14 seconds.
Yeah, I think we just take James Cook right here. And then look.
Cook you guys? Okay.
Now go to wide receiver, and we're gonna take.
Okay.
We can definitely on Rashi Rice.
I love Garrett Wilson.
Not in our rankings at some point.
We could do a double with Adams. It would be unique. I don't think many people would have Adams.
I think Evans or Harrison would be my choice.
I think
if we're between Evans and Harrison, I'm going Evans.
I'm going Harrison. Without,
I wouldn't mind taking another running back either.
Let's see what running back looks like.
If Breece is there, I don't mind taking Breece.
I like
running back
right.
situation.
That's how I feel. To me, it's Hall, then Evans.
Wow, Henderson going early.
Some people are worried
That's
because,
a preseason overreaction for sure. Well, I wouldn't say. I think Henderson's looks significantly better than anybody that's been in the Patriots back for a long time. But
no, I was saying Hall. Like a lot of people are worried that Hall's not going to be like the primary guy because because of Glenn coming from the Lions, they like Allen. But like, I think this is too far.
It's Breece. Yeah,
I think we just take Breece. Now our running
back.
I'd be fine not taking running back for another couple more rounds. Now, let's round out our team.
At all? Like,
we've got a wide receiver, maybe a tight end, maybe a fourth wide receiver before we take another running back.
I think we got a little bit of time. I want to give Gov some.
I think we can. Oh, sorry.
You love taking Junkins early. You were not afraid of the suspension, and that came out on our site, Gov. So I got to give you some credit because he is skyrocketing up board right now. I think we're very.
I wish I would have got more of him when I could take him in the 12th, 13th, and all that stuff.
I mean, we got one share of him. I think he was on our Millie team talking about the Millie tonight. So I just want to mention that because it's incredible the value we got there.
All right, we got a minute. You can go to the draft board. Let's see what we got.
Let me go to all just so we can see the.
Yeah. Go to the big board so we can see all of it.
Oh, let's see all.
Come back to us in a minute. Ted went a little early. He usually goes in like the mid 40s.
I mean, obviously with Hampton, he's been just steaming up, but the rookies are starting to go up like around 2 higher than they were.
Well, now that you're seeing what they're being used in the preseason, I'm not surprised that more rookies are starting to go higher. That's
exactly what I was going to ask too, because I know Donnie's done some personals. If he's seen any trends, but that's one thing I've seen is the rookies just going a lot higher.
Most rookies have just some sort of question mark on them. So now that you're through 2 preseason games, almost all question marks are gone unless it was a fringe rookie to begin with. Like most people had Genty number 1, first round, second round because he had like almost no question marks as a rookie. But even with Omari and Hampton, you still had a Najee question mark that has slowly over the preseason gone away.
And even though I'm not a Cook guy, I do get the volume. Like the volume is fantastic.
Do I expect him to have 18 touchdowns like he had last year? No.
Right.
But I expect him to have better than 3 or 4 like he had the first 2 years. I think they know they need to use him in their offense.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. Like as long as he's middle, somewhere between the 3 and the 4 and the 18, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Just looking for close to the same usage. He doesn't need to have the high touchdown upside if he's still getting the carries that he was getting last year, and maybe in a way where they can keep him.
And maybe it's rose-colored glasses, but I thought I was going to have to defend my Breece Hall love in the 4th round, and so I was just happy that you guys. So that overcomes the Cook thing for me. I'll give you guys the Cook. Apparently, you guys are higher on him than I am.
All right, let's head back to the board and look at wide receiver. Sort by ADP.
Okay. You proud of me? I only hit it once at the time.
Yeah, you should only have to hit it once.
I know it's
All
just
right.
my
So personally,
I like Ridley here or Flowers. Donnie, you've been quiet. You still there?
I like Ridley. I honestly like Ridley, Flowers, Pearsall, Ibuka. Like, I'm really happy with this range. I don't have a guy, you know?
It's Flowers for me if we want wide receiver. You guys obviously don't want Hunter.
I think it's Pearsall for me.
Okay, Pearsall.
But I think we're going to take 2 wide receivers. So, like, take Flowers, Waddle, Ibuka is left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would
If
rank
one's
it
left.
Ibuka, Flowers, Waddle.
I think we reached a
We're
bit
on
on
that too.
Ricky. Yeah, I think we reached a bit on Ricky, but what I like is I'm high in the 49ers wide receivers. We got Jennings in 2 of the drafts, so I'm okay with diversifying our bet because I think overall my bet is on the 49ers offense just being a better passing offense than people think.
The thing is, like, we know that Ayuk is, out for a little bit minimum. And we also know that they were just trying to trade for John Matthew. They were desperately looking to get another receiver in that room.
Could I
So they want something.
you in Sam Laporta if he falls?
I'd rather just go Kelsey. Like, he's not. You're still reaching for him technically here.
No, I still think you could. Again, like
I
at this
wouldn't go
point,
Kelsey,
like
but
all the guys that go in this range that I'm seeing, I don't really want. Like, I don't want any of these running backs. We're solid there.
I like the
Like,
receiver
if
idea.
I'm taking anyone, like I want to take a wide receiver.
Yeah, go
but
ADP.
I don't want Hunter or
Sort by
like
ADP.
Diggs.
It is already actually.
this is yeah.
Diggs is a bit of a reach here, but I think he's the best in that range. I don't want
I'm
any
going
Travis Hunter.
Diggs. Yeah, I'm fine with going Diggs.
Okay, Diggs it is. I would have went Golden for the record, but I didn't have time to get it out.
That would have been solid. Okay.
I would have rathered that too, probably. But Diggs stock is not a bad stock.
Yeah.
You said it a couple weeks ago, and that's why we've been taking Kareem Hunt. I keep mentioning it in the show just in case people want to watch like our portfolio. But you mentioned just wanting a consistent guy. That's why we kept taking Kareem Hunt. That's what Diggs is to me.
And like we're
I don't
taking him
think
as
like
our
I find it
fourth
like
wide
that.
receiver.
Yeah. I just don't like him as the primary guy, but he's not the primary guy. Go to your point on this team.
Now head back to the draft board. Let's see how the draft goes.
Because I do agree with you, Don. He is going to just be a slot guy. Like he will be open. It might not be flashy. It might be like an Adam Thielen type of like yard, but we're playing on a PPR website. That matters.
If he plays 15 games, I think he has at least one 20-point game. I don't think that's crazy.
No, I don't think that's crazy either.
I agree. And that's why, like, as a fourth wide receiver, knowing he'll get me consistent points with maybe a spike week is perfect.
I actually expect a lot of a Travis Kelce like year for him, where it's like he's older, he's slower, but he's super fundamental, he's super efficient, and when you need a first down, they're going to trust him.
I wish we would have gotten like Ridley instead of Pearsall. Like nothing against Pearsall. I wish we would have gotten Ridley.
Would you guys have taken Rice? Because his suspension timing looks very weird to me. Because he probably will get suspended, but they're thinking maybe he'll play the first 4 and then get suspended somewhere in the middle of the season, which just could be awkward for fantasy playoffs.
Agreed. But that means he'd be there at the end. It's like,
yeah,
I think he's the kind of guy like I would want to take in the same region we took Diggs as my like the 6th or 7th round, and with him going there in the 5th, like I probably wasn't. It was just not going to happen.
I do want to show quarterback just so people see it.
Do we have a thought on which quarterback we want to try to stack this? We need to look at everything else first because we're about to pick, so we can't just leave it on. Yeah,
it's true. We do.
So let's see ADP.
This is ADP, isn't it? No, it isn't.
Okay, Dunze, Caleb, Aaron Jones, Chris Olave.
I like
I
Rome.
think Olave is like our 6th tier wide receiver.
I would rather.
I like Chris Olave, but
I would go Olave over Rome. I don't like this range, honestly.
Yeah, scroll down a little just so we can see what else. But like, I think Olave.
I would rather go Warren.
We could get our tight end and go Warren.
I like Warren. I'll go Warren.
Okay, that's it for me.
No,
I just didn't like that
is
range.
still there. I think we still take him and just round out our wide receiver for him.
I like
That's
Warren
fine
because
with me.
you guys will hate me, but because we got some Downs, I made that comparison, but Downs actually got hurt, so now they're saying that Warren could even be a bigger part of that offense.
Still think we should just take Pittman. There goes.
I do
Yeah, I
like
would
Chris
like to have
Olave.
gotten Olave there as our 5th wide receiver.
Yeah, I do like Olave.
Our 5th wide receiver is a number 1 on a team, crappy team, but still number 1 on the team.
I will say I do think there's a drop off at tight end though. So to get a Warren, who I think could be like the number 1 target earner in Indianapolis, you guys would probably still say it's Pittman, but obviously I. Okay, get something up. We go to all.
We're looking at here receiver wise.
Receiver, yeah, let's see where we're at wide receiver. We might as well get to our 5th. I don't mind Jaden Reed.
I don't mind Reed. That would be my pick
Don't
right
want
now.
Reed,
I would
but
definitely
would-
rather have Pittman over Downs if we took
Yeah.
that.
We just took Warren, so I don't really want another Colt anyway.
What's
I like Higgins.
okay, yeah, wide receiver. Keenan Allen might be the only other one I would take.
Keenan, I like. He's got to be wide receiver 2 now that we don't know.
It's
anything
literally
about
like
with
right
Johnston.
there. You literally had him on your screen. Okay.
Keenan Allen.
That's
He's
fine. That's fine.
literally on
He's
your
got plenty
screen
of time.
and you scrolled up.
The-
All right.
I'll look at what the injury was for Quentin Johnston, but he got a decent hit on him. So.
I don't mind it.
So now let's look at the team and try to plan this out ahead. Where are we going to stack? What quarterback are we going to attack now? Because we now have all the wide receivers we should need. We've got our starting tight end. We've got 2 good running backs. Like now, I would think about taking a 3rd running back or getting our quarterbacks. And quarterback, like, do we want to try for a Brock Purdy team?
I think we look at Drake
With
Maye.
Puka Nacua, there's like cheap quarterbacks we can take all the way at the end. We want to try to get Drake Maye since we have.
I would go May over Purdy, but I don't want Purdy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna veto you guys or anything, but like
I'm with you. I'm not
I do
heavy on
think
Purdy.
Justin
Like,
Herbert-
if I wanted Purdy, I would have wanted to prioritize either having a McCaffrey team or getting Kittle early.
right.
I'll be honest.
Right.
I hate Purdy. I don't like his quarterback style at all. Like I'm biased, but I don't.
I
want
would
him.
start Drake Maye just because I
Okay.
think we're going to get him.
That's my quarterback.
I don't hate Drake Maye, you guys didn't know, but yeah. I haven't gotten to him yet, but By the way,
I'm happy to see it.
Tesla looks amazing. I think that is going to be a steal. We got him in the 1st round, and so like I only have one Lions share talking about favorite teams, and we have a bunch of Panthers. But I think the
so many
Tesla.
Panthers. It's so. Oh my God, I've taken so many Panthers.
Well,
Do we
I have
want
like
another?
50, I think I have 50% Xavier to get through all my contests, and I show Logan how many I've
And I
done.
think
I've
this-
done a lot.
yeah.
I think I have 50.
and I think if I did as many as you, I'd have just as much or more. You're the fan. But I just love that team. Like
I drafted a lot of Panthers last year. I did too. I mean, their value is so good.
I will push for Tesla in the last round again. I definitely will.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be
No,
there.
he's usually there. Like the last 2
He's
rounds,
usually
he
there,
might,
but
have, he might not be completely there, but we'll see.
He had an amazing preseason. A couple days.
I know it's out of the ballpark and we don't have a stack, but like I would not mind taking Bo Nix.
I don't mind Bo Nick.
If Nix is there,
Like, I'll
would not
figure
be
out a
against that.
Denver guy to grab.
gonna
I know we don't have
Right,
Stun or
I've done-
Ingram,
I-
but
Gov, I've done that in a draft already.
Nick's just
Like I was.
Yeah. I tried to cue him up and he got
Either way, if Nix is sitting there and you don't have a quarterback yet in this range, I think he is the perfect pick. Unless there's obviously something else stopping you, like a stack partner.
we could go love one, and then you have Caleb Williams. I don't know if you guys would like that.
eh.
We already have
I
our
like
guy.
Justin
If we get our
Herbert.
main
Yeah.
dude,
Okay.
I can always backdoor Bryce Young.
Yeah.
We can always grab a Jackson Dart to go with Nabers or Russ. We can always grab Stafford or Garoppolo to go with
Anthony
Puka.
Richardson.
I think Daniel Jones is a starter, but
I mean, we're talking about Bo Nix. They have a similar profile.
No.
that's a huge stretch. One's very accurate, the other one has no accuracy at all.
Oh. Yeah. So Drake Maye.
That's who we have to start. It's a stack. It makes sense. Drake.
Signing off.
Yeah. I would take him right now unless there's someone else too that we like at a skill position. Like, what's running back look like real quick? We'll auto draft Drake
We have
Maye.
like 7 seconds. I thought you said it didn't do that.
It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I picked him.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we already figured that out. I
forgot. You're
like, what?
you're right. You're right.
I love Higgins.
So-
That would be my wide receiver choice.
We already have Higgins share, so I wouldn't mind
What's
switching it
running
this time
back
and going
look
with a
like
read.
again?
Yeah, I was going to look at running back now.
This is where I would be fine
Yeah,
taking
Judkins,
Sharp or
yeah.
Jenkins.
I like Jukins a lot.
Is it Jude or
Yeah,
Judd?
I don't mind taking Judkins here. Don't care.
I do, but
Quinchon.
I always told Daddy because he hates how I pronounce it. I'm like, if they're good enough, I'll learn your name. I learned Giannis' name real fast.
well, that's not always true because Kelsey has his whole name completely changed because we didn't pronounce it right from the start.
Okay.
By the way, Taylor Swift thought that both quarterbacks were on the field at the same time. But
I think Jukins is the pick.
I think so too. I don't think it's even close.
That gives
I honestly expected him to be gone 2 rounds. But this just shows you drafting.
another guy that I think will be interesting as like a last pick is Isaiah Bond, the Texas receiver that went inside with Cleveland as well. He was supposed to be a middle round pick, and he was undrafted because of his legal. But in his case, got thrown out. So.
Yeah, I like to take a chance.
So
on
that's a young guy that was in legal trouble,
Flyers.
but now it's like his case gets thrown out. He's not in any trouble, and he's going to be fine. And he's
Well,
on the
it's like
Browns who need a receiver.
Yeah, that's why I mean Gover High and Woody Mark too, just because he hasn't been named the starter. He had an amazing receiving upside at Southern Cal with the Trojans. So like he fit the PPR website as well. So I definitely don't mind that.
Tell me right now, is Jake Ferguson still available at tight end?
You've been yeah, he is. I love Ferguson too, but you've been beating his
It's the passing amount of passing they do, Logan. It's too much sense. He's going way
I
too
get
low.
it, he's the
I don't
third
understand it.
option on the team behind Pickens and Lamb, but like that's still going to be a high
Is
power
he
offense.
going to be?
that's a great offense though. If Dak
He could just be the second option.
he won't be.
Like ideally, it should be Pickens and Lamb, but like he still will be the third.
I
passer.
really think
So
if Dak stays healthy, that's a fun offense.
I want to see what. Go to the draft board again. I need to see what number our pick is. Again, I always forget in my head. It's hard for me to do the math. So if we want Ferg, probably need to take him in one of those 2 picks.
I don't mind taking him.
Take him on the comeback. I don't want to take him
So
first.
star
I like
him
to risk
up.
it.
And then we will make sure we pick someone
Yep.
first time through. Okay, and then first time through, again, sort by ADP.
Okay.
One click, boom, done. All right.
I like blue if we go running back.
Actually, like,
Yeah.
I talked about this with Logan, like, what might happen with Jacksonville now that they have the Tampa Bay guy. My dad told me about it earlier, reminded me. They could have that three-headed backfield that all of a sudden Bucky emerged from when Rachaad White was the number one. So I wouldn't mind taking Tootin here, getting our fourth running back.
I don't mind Tootin, but I
going Tootin and Ferg.
I like Shaheed.
Ferg.
I don't know enough about Tootin, honestly.
Otherwise, the only other running back in the range I like is Trey Benson.
I like Shaheed if we want a wide receiver.
I would go Harris over Shaheed, but yeah, no, I think if you guys trust Tootin, I'm fine with that. I
won't take a shot on Tootin.
Yeah, I think he's a fun upside.
Yeah. And
he
again,
breaks a lot of the tackles and he's fast. He's like a pinball.
And again, he's our fourth running back. We're not relying on him week to week.
And we see fourth round picks come out all the time and just hammer. I don't think ETN's going to keep that job. I think we all agree on that.
I don't think Tank is good enough to hold off anyone who actually can take the job.
I don't believe it, but there's a thought out there that Tank could get cut.
I on a rookie scale contract, I doubt it. I think you just let it go.
I do like Burton here.
I think we just take Ferg. Luther Burton is a guy I've been taking more of recently.
Yeah, if Kyle Williams comes back, he would go great in our next pick. Ferguson?
Yep.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Because I have Ferguson, I had all these tight ends, even Kyle Pitts, who I love. I'd have Ferguson higher.
See, now I think we have enough.
Oh, I didn't realize he jumped so much up the draft. In 1 week, Pop Douglas went up 40 picks on ADP. That's kind of crazy.
Where is he going right now?
149. He was 188 last week. I mean, he should have been at that 149 spot the whole time.
That's how ADP works for it, pal.
It moves fast, man, but like, it's kind of interesting that we knew what he was beforehand. I don't know why now all of a sudden he's going up. Like, nothing's changed.
I wouldn't mind taking a late chance on a Jackson Dart if we went with another quarterback. But
I just don't know if he even gets a chance this year. That's my problem with it.
Yeah, see, second quarterback's going to be rough. I'm not sure the way we go on this team. Because we can't go Bryce Young.
Stafford's available.
Bye week.
Is Stafford available?
He is. Cam Ward's available here.
I would love
and the Giants quarterback is the same bye
Ridley.
week.
Yeah. I do think we should target Stafford at some point. I mean, this
would you rather go Stafford or would
Bryce
you rather
Young?
take Garoppolo?
Stafford. Why is that a question?
You think Stafford plays all year?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, I think he plays at least 10 weeks.
He plays enough to be a good solid backup, and I think if we find out that his back injury wasn't there, he'd already be gone.
I think we just draft a guy for more upside. Because like
if we're just drafting upside, I say screw the stack and let's just draft Cam Ward.
I was about to say the same thing. I like Bryce Young. I can't take just because of the same bye week as Drake.
I'm showing what we got here. We got
five wide receivers. So like we're gonna take a wide receiver here. 90% sure. But like knowing what our next quarterback is gonna be and trying to grab him is smart.
I do like Brandon Ayuk a lot. Or
There goes that Washington back, by the way.
Crosby Merritt, yeah.
yeah.
He's flying upwards. I used to be able to get him as last pick in draft.
Dude,
He's going in the 13th.
I did watch some tape on him. He does look fun, but he's not LT. Like some of these comparisons, to your point, are just. I think it's a fun time to draft. Like people are dreaming right now. It's a fun time to dream, but not one of my dreams. But I get it because I'm dreaming on Woody Marks. Like Donnie was like, "Who's that?" And we were just like, "Cotton candy, rainbows." We were dreaming. So and Cameron Ward just went. By the way,
Damn.
it's Kyle Williams because it just works with the stack for me with Drake Maye. But I don't know if you guys have any other idea.
I'm not against Kyle Williams here.
I don't mind Brandon Ayuk if we're going to take the chance. He could be back by week 6.
I'd rather go Trey Harris than that, but we already have a Charger, so at that point, I think you go with Thielen or Kyle Williams. If you go Thielen, then we can get Bryce Young on the bring back.
It's Kyle Williams for me, even if we were to get Bryce.
Oh no, we can't get Bryce because the 14 bye. Damn.
See, that's where this is all rough. Like, I almost want to take Tillman so we can backdoor like a Shador Flacco quarterback thing.
I'm fine with a Tillman. I won't argue with Tillman.
He's
going to get targets no matter what. If
him and
Flacco
Judy are
plays,
1-2.
So Tillman?
Tillman.
Yeah.
Didn't we
What's
get-
running
I
back
just don't
look like again?
know when I do.
Yeah, we got Young and Stu, so that makes sense to just we got a double with the Browns.
What's our quarterback situation? Like, what's the quarterbacks that are available?
Yeah.
I think we almost go. See, I know you don't want Stafford, but
It would be
he's the
Stafford.
last viable quarterback that
It'd be
fits our
Stafford
team.
for me next. Or Bryce Young, and we just take a chance on one of the young.
I'd rather take no because of the same buy, so we need another guy.
I was going to say, if we take Bryce,
think-
then we have to take a third guy later.
I think we take a third guy
Who we
either
think
way.
will play
To be
late.
honest.
So, like, we could take Bryce and then grab a Leggett and then still take a Jackson Dart or a Jimmy Garoppolo who we think will play late in the season. Because we just need him for week 14 at that point. Who's going to be playing after Thanksgiving?
I would take Bryce for the upside. It is the Millie. You do need an upside guy, but I wouldn't mind Stafford.
All right, let's go Bryce. Let's go Bryce, and then we'll figure out a week 14 quarterback and
we can
say
always
screw
take a
it.
Shador. We can always take a Dart throw.
Yeah.
We can do something.
Okay, and because I like this because we then.
And then I don't mind going Kyle Williams here.
Yeah,
What's the running back situation look like again?
I haven't really seen any go up. I would like Woody Marks here.
I think we can wait.
Oh yeah, you can wait, but
Wait for the 15th. We've had good luck doing it.
also I want to mention we got it right with Jalen Wright.
Kyle Williams is gone.
It's true that would have been a nice pick, but Wright should be moving up boards because Etienne just got hurt today. I believe this weekend, and the audio lost Alexander Madison. You would tell me, Donnie?
Yeah, he's out for the year.
It looks like soft tissue.
They're just losing bodies. They're not just losing some guys that they like. They're losing bodies as well.
Yeah, and we know McDaniels is definitely a scheme guy, so.
So
Definitely
I think we can take the risk on waiting until the 15th round. So let's look at wide receiver and tight end. Or no, we have our two tight ends.
Yeah, we have our tight ends. I think we don't take another tight
I think it's Leggett for me.
Yeah, because we took Bryce. So
Or we wait on tight end and we take Sanders, who's probably he's still there.
no, Sanders.
We don't need
him.
him,
We can
yeah.
take that later.
Yeah. Well, that's all I meant. I meant we don't have to force the Leggett.
I
if you
think
guys
like
want
our
someone
next
else.
two picks, if you wanted to queue them up, are probably going to be Leggett and then Woody Marks.
I agree.
Yeah,
with
let's
that.
go.
Don, you
I
any other
have
review?
no arguments against that. I just feel like I get so much Leggett, but it's a year 2
It's
receiver who's
perfectly
really
fine.
talented.
Yeah.
Is there,
In
is
what
there
should be a stepping forward offense, like it should be fine.
it's Leggett, right? Over Marks and then Marks?
Yeah, Leggett first, then Marks.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm telling you, like, okay, they trade John Mechie, but Marks caught a ton of passes with the Trojans. Like, someone has to, I mean, they traded a guy, they might lose Mixon. Even if Mixon plays, I don't know. It just seems like the round in the range that you would target a guy like Marks. Because Marks is an easier click in like a best ball, right?
They traded Mechie because that wide receiver room is really crowded right now, Logan. Like,
Sure,
that
but
whole room's crowded.
They're crowded, but I don't know who gets on the field. Like, Marks has the weight on the field.
He's not getting wide receiver snaps, though. Like,
But the
he
only
might get motioned out,
the
but
only
he's not
one
getting
people
snaps.
know for
Wow.
sure is Colin.
So I just realized something looking at our team. We actually backdoored and didn't even look or think about it. We almost set up the perfect New England stack.
Do we actually? I don't. Maybe.
So,
maybe
like,
Donnie
We
knows.
have the New England primary stack with May and Diggs, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
The 3 teams New England plays in the playoff weeks are Buffalo, Baltimore, and the Jets.
Hey, that's where we
Yeah,
I
did.
didn't know about
Cook and
Baltimore.
Breece Hall.
I didn't realize. I knew that the Patriots played divisionals at the end, but I did not know Baltimore.
But then Baltimore. So ideally,
Hold on, Leggett went. We have to scramble here.
like we can get Coker or Jimmy Horn
We could go Hopkins. That's a
Sanders.
Baltimore stack.
or Sanders. I was about to say, let's get Hopkins. Let's get our Baltimore
I
guy.
like Hopkins here, by the way.
Finish out the full New England correlation. Get our wide receiver. Boom.
I've always
Comes back
loved
around to us.
wide
What do you want?
receivers, so I didn't want to make the choice because I loved Julio Jones way past probably the point you should have. But Hopkins to me just screams value.
Now,
To be fair, Julio did have that 1-2 touchdown week that won you money.
True. Our wide receiver
To be fair.
our wide receiver room got old really quick.
however, no.
Hopkins, but
Okay, so let's look. Our next stack that we were setting up would be Bryce Young, right?
yeah.
Or do we want to try to set up the correlations for one of the other quarterbacks we might take, whether that be Cleveland or New York?
I would.
There
can
is
we just go
some
Daniel
correlation
Jones?
if we do Cleveland. Look at New
Can we just Daniel Jones it and take a guy who's going to be on the field? I think at the end, guaranteed.
Why is he guaranteed?
Because I don't think anyone
To
thinks
be
Anthony
fair,
is the guy.
if we did that, we would only need to grab a Seattle guy, and we'd have the full Indy correlation. Well, we wouldn't have a stack part. Well,
Unless
no,
you guys
we
think
have
it's
Warren,
Anthony Richardson, but
and we do have Warren.
don't.
So we already have a stack partner, so we could grab
Right.
Daniel Jones instead. I'm thinking it's going to be one of those 3 right there:
I'm
Jackson
okay.
Dart, Drew Sanders,
I'm
Daniel
okay
Jones.
with
I
Jones.
think it's one
I
of
just think Richardson will be a pain in the ass.
I don't think he'll be a pain in the ass by week 14, which is when he would be a bottle.
Yeah.
You got to remember, we're playing like we've basically got 2 guys that can carry us through week
So
14.
do we take Woody Marks and wait on Jones?
Yes,
Woody Marks.
we take Woody Marks right here.
Okay.
That rounds out our team. Like go down so I can see the exact number. But that's our 5th running back.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So maybe we take like a Sean Tucker last pick or something to correlate. Charger.
We could take Russ.
Like
I don't know if we mentioned it. We do have Nabers.
we could take Russ, but I don't trust it. I think it's very likely that Dable's fired by then, and then they just.
I
go with the
personally
young guy.
would say either take Shador or Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I like Daniel
Yeah.
Jones. I've been a Daniel Jones stan.
Now, if it
Probably
comes down to which one can we correlate better, it's probably Daniel Jones because we would only need to pick up a Seattle guy. We already have a San Fran guy in Pearsall.
Didn't we already figure out
Jackson.
that there's no Seattle guy here that we like, though? Unless we want a third tight end.
And I think their rookie Arroyo is gone. So I don't actually know. You'd have
Yeah.
to look if they're. I would say click all and then just search Seattle under teams.
Okay. Yeah, it's Horton is their best wide receiver. Seattle.
Yeah, go to Seattle. All the way down. Seattle. S.
I was gonna say it's alphabetical, isn't it? I should have.
And then click all off of wide receiver.
I am on all.
You're on.
No, you're on wide receiver tab. Click all.
Oh, you want all? Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like those wide receivers. I mean, MBS
I think it
could be our last pick.
I would take a chance on Horton if I was going to take a chance on anyone.
This would be like our last.
Like, I just don't think it's worth the chance. Like, I'd rather just get raw points.
Well, Horton's projected to do something. Raw points I like back, but you guys would probably like Hunt based on how we.
I just don't like any Seattle guys. Kind of the point I'm making.
Yeah, the only one I would
like. I'm not worried about that. See.
Yeah,
we could try to get. Well, I guess all this really depends on which quarterback we're taking. Are we taking Daniel Jones?
I like Daniel Jones.
I think
I want to cheer for Daniel Jones. So if there's another
we're
reason.
taking Daniel Jones, then I'm not so worried about not getting Seattle correlation. So like, let's look where else we can get correlation that helps fit everything. We have New England. We have Rams and we could get a Kansas City guy to help with some correlation.
Yeah, which is why I was saying you guys would probably like Kareem Hunt.
There's actually multiple teams that correlate with Seattle.
Oh,
that's
Hunt already went. Okay. So we reach.
Also, the Browns already confirmed they're getting rid of at least one quarterback of the 4.
No, not here. Next, like probably our next pick, but like here, I would take.
I like Beck here, personally.
Tesla is kind of climbing up draft boards.
Yeah, now would probably be the time to take Tesla.
I like Tesla.
And then we can take Daniel Jones, and then we'll take. Okay.
What I like about Tesla is they've been talking, all the veterans have been talking him up, but the way they've been talking about him is very encouraging to me because they're like, yeah, we love what he's doing, but we want him to grow. Like, they're keeping the expectation realistic. They're being like, yeah, he looks fun, but this is just preseason. Like, we need him for the playoffs. So it might be a slow burn, but I think if he's going to be good, I think we could get more usage out of him later in the year, which is when we need it because the playoffs are when you want to be the most unique possible.
All right, so I think you can queue up Daniel Jones. We'll take him here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you queue up both of the Carolina wide receivers, and we're taking one of them.
They've been talking up Coker, at least your coach has. I saw the coaching index.
So I think we queue up him, we queue up Jimmy Horn, and we queue up Sanders, the tight end, and we take one of those 3 next.
Okay. Donnie, of those 3, who's your favorite? I think you would say Sanders, right? Daniel Jones here. I'm going to bleed the clock a little bit. But.
What are the options again?
Of the remaining Panthers we can take, Jalen Coker, Jimmy Horn Jr., or Jatavian Sanders. Who would you take?
We've already got Horn stock, so I would just go Coker. I think diversify a bit.
But I actually agree. I think it would be Coker, Sanders.
I would prefer Coker first, then I think I'm with you, Logan. Coker first, Sanders, then Jimmy Horn. But I think at this point we're just trying to grab a guy, so that's fine.
How much does Horn play this year? You think? Because we do have a share of him. I don't think it's a bad.
It's so like I think we have to cut one of our wide receivers personally. I don't know if we take 6 or 7 into the year, so I'm not so sure Jimmy Horn doesn't end up on the practice squad.
Yeah, and
that's the thing. There could be an IR casualty too, just a guy who ends up on IR randomly.
There goes Sanders.
There goes for us.
I would say queue up both of the Carolina guys just so we have them ready.
Okay, Sanders
wide
is
receiver.
Coker, right?
No, it's Coker and Jimmy Horn. And you're not going to find it. You have it on
All right,
quarterback.
I
You
got
need
it.
to go to all our wide receiver.
I wonder if I can find him here. I can't.
Coker's right there.
He's right there for you. He's right there for me too. Then
And
Horn.
then type in Horn. Yeah. There we go. So we want one of those two guys next. And then the final pick can be basically anything. I'm looking at correlation now. We grab a Chicago guy. We grab.
I got Stefon in both of my drafts. Is the only Lions exposure. I'm not going to take this last pick. Who was that goofy bastard you wanted to tell me?
And Goofy, it's a legitimate guy who was going to be drafted till it was Bond.
I say
Bond.
that in the most sincere, like fun way. Like, trust me, if I call you a goofy bastard, that means that you're a fun-loving guy. Like, I want it.
That's not. It's a 21-year-old who was projected to be a fourth.
I'm saying I want him to be fun. We took Puka a couple of years ago with our last pick. I would love that to be the case, Donnie. I do think we have some fun last round picks. I mean, we got Horn. Wasn't that the Raiders wide receiver that's been climbing up board one of our last picks a couple of drafts?
Thornton was a guy we stole.
Yeah, I would say Royals, but it just works with like Kansas City correlation we talked about.
Royals is fine with me. You know, I'll always say draft Sean Tucker. You know that I will.
Yeah.
I want to get some exposure on Isaiah Bond if we can. I don't even know if he's available to be picked right now.
I was about to say, what position does he play?
He's a wide receiver.
You'd have to type him in. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, I can think of plays off the top of my head that he made in college, but I don't think you'd.
What team does he play for?
He plays for the Browns now. He was going to be a fourth-round pick out of Texas, but he got a legal issue. His case gets thrown out.
See, had we taken Sanders over Daniel Jones, I'd be all in with you. But like at this point,
Coker.
All right.
Coker for me.
All right. So now, do we take Royals?
I like Royals. You might have to take this guy in like a 25-cent DFS contest, pal.
I cannot believe you guys. Specifically Logan. I cannot believe you've never heard of this guy. He was at Alabama and Texas.
Isaiah Bond says he's a free agent.
It says he's a free agent.
He's not currently on the Browns.
He got signed by Cleveland. He got signed by the Browns the same day Judkins got his case thrown out. It hasn't gone through yet. No. 3-year deal on Sunday is what was signed.
I'll play him in the 25-cent competition just for you, but not my best ball. This is the Millie, dude. What are we doing?
Yeah, like who do we take as our last pick in the Millie? I would have taken Elijah Moore as a
I like Royals myself. I would even like to take your guy Prism over.
I would never take Afton Chisholm in a draft at this point. That receiver remains. He's not a free agent.
Okay, I'd rather than the practice for guy Royals. Austin, what are we doing? 6 seconds.
Royals.
And his OC in Cleveland was a guy who.
I think it made us take Jimmy Horn.
It did.
By the way, the Browns OC also was the OC for Bond in Cleveland.
You have my word.
This was literally a coach making a call and saying, "Bring in my guy."
Like I do this, I play the showdown for the single team showdowns. It's kind of my niche. I will play this guy for you. I would risk $1. I don't want him in my best ball. I don't even care if he's Puka at this point. I don't want him. I'm cheering against him now, Donnie. You made me against him.
I'm not saying he's a superstar. I'm just saying it's not a bad last pick when he was supposed to be drafted. If he was drafted on draft night, you guys would have been like, oh yeah, let's take a shot at them. But because he got in a little bit of legal trouble on a case that got thrown out.
If we had taken a Browns quarterback, then we take a chance. We were taking too much of a risk with this guy just because you like his name. He got a jail bond.
That's not like his name.
Jail bond, bond in the back. I don't know. You like James Bond? I don't know what it is.
It's so dumb.
I had never heard of this man.
You're making me come to bat for a guy that I know is going to probably be on the team.
That's what I'm saying, Donnie. You're saying come to bat. We don't even know if he plays football at this point. You're like,
I'm 100% sure his deal got inked today.
Yeah.
It was the same day as soon as a Junkins case got thrown out. It was the same exact day that got thrown out. And as soon as that happened, the Browns immediately called him and said, "We want you."
I'm not saying he isn't like a good flyer, unlike your favorite team. But we're talking about starters on our team. Like, we want this guy to play. He might be playing in the U.S.
I'm sure Bond will be on the field for the Cleveland Browns.
You want to make that bet? I'll make that bet. You don't like to make bets. We both established that.
Logan, I wouldn't bet you $20 that Drake Maye was going to throw for 3,500 yards, and I love Drake Maye. Like, I wouldn't even make that bet.
Hold on. Let's bring some order back to this, because this is a fun conversation. I don't mind it. Your dad is a Browns fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you went and asked him who this guy was, do you think what's the chance that he would know who he is?
Not
Look on Texas. Texas, I mean,
not a clue. Not a clue.
Okay. We do have some comments, by the way.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Trust me, we don't.
Okay, good.
We don't.
I was going to ask him who this Bond guy was, but apparently I won't even go in there.
This guy would probably tell you that he just got traded to the Chiefs.
It's the same guy. It's the same guy that I did it last week.
He probably thinks this Bond guy is going to win MVP or something, huh? I don't know. No, I honestly know who he is. I heard the story, honestly, but I don't know if he's going to even make the roster.
Some people had him as high as a second-round pick to a third-round pick. Some places legitimately had him going in middle of the draft easily.
I will play him in DFS and in the single game showdowns for week 1, just for you. He plays for the Browns. I'll play him.
Listen, I don't know if he's going to play week 1. He's got some catching up to do. But I know damn well he's going to be on the team, and by the end of the year, he should be getting some snaps.
Look, I listen to a ton of best ball podcasts, and it's always fun to have bits, and they always have these gimmicks, and they always have fun names to throw out there. You're digging really deep, man.
This is not digging deep. This was the guy that was supposed to be drafted at the same spots the guys we are drafting at pick 145.
No.
Okay, no.
Yes.
Talking about a fourth. Let's say he's signed normally with every other rookie.
Yeah.
You're talking about a 4th round pick.
A 4th round pick was his low grade. It was
unless you're saying his high grade was a 1st round pick.
His high grade was an end of a second.
Even a mid-second. That's not a guy you're expecting to come in and contribute immediately. And if you are,
we were just drafting Kyle Williams at 145. He's a 3rd round pick.
You have my word, Donnie.
I was only drafting him because we have Drake Maye. I don't have a single share of Kyle Williams that is not connected to Drake Maye.
I understand that, but I'm also saying for pick 20.
For pick 20, I want a dude who has the ability to give me an upside, even if it's just one game, an upside game. How is...
And you're telling me a guy who's projected to be a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
Doesn't give me that upside.
Again, you got to stop taking it at a pick at that point. Like, at this point, what's he gonna be?
Yeah.
What's realistically like his outcome? Because you're talking about a dude who is listed as a free agent because he held out all the way into August and hasn't
He
signed.
did not hold out. The NFL was waiting for
Has
his
he
case
been
to be
at
thrown out.
training camp or played in any of the preseason games yet?
He will be playing next week. They've already guaranteed.
Okay, if he hasn't played in that or been in training camp, that is the definition of a holdout.
Yes.
For whatever reason, even if it was a stupid reason that's not a holdout reason, he was holding out and not going to practice. So you're expecting me to believe that a just signed free agent draft pick who was a fourth rounder, who's had no time to get in with the team, is all of a sudden
who's with his former OC.
be like a number 2, number 3 wide receiver on a team? Like, I don't expect this guy to see the field outside of 4 or 5 wide
His
receiver
offensive
formation
coordinator
most
is
of
his
this year, if at all.
college OC. So, like, it's not like he only
So
transferred
he knows
because
that this guy is not a supreme talent because he had him in college and couldn't make him a number 1 wide receiver.
Donnie, I don't even care if I'm right. You could be 100% right on this, but what is the chances he makes the roster?
I think he's 100% on this roster at the end of the preseason.
100%?
Okay, let's say that's true. What is his wide receiver rank on the depth chart?
To start the season, he is not getting a snap. He's probably not getting a snap in the first month. Let's be honest. Because he's catching up.
So let's say, what do you say he works his way up to by the end of the year? He will be wide
By the end of the year,
4?
he'll be the rotational 4. Yeah, the rotational 4, and he'll get
wide
it.
receiver 4. So you're expecting the rotational wide receiver 4 on Cleveland to even give us a spike week.
Yeah,
I think that's far-fetched.
Let's not forget. We just drafted Jimmy Horn, who is what? At best, the rotational wide receiver 4. At best.
Jimmy Horn
Yes.
because
We did that one on accident. We were trying to draft Royals. And 2, we had stacked that team. We have Bryce Young. So we have the correlation.
To be fair,
And what is Royals' top spot on this team by the end of the season?
We might all be talking like Royals, Jimmy Horn, and Isaiah Bond. We might all be talking about rotational wide receiver 4s.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's an argument that of those 3, Cleveland is the worst offense.
Right now, Casey's locked Royals into the 4th spot. That's what they said.
Yeah, so like even at worst, like.
But if you
the
think
worst of the 3
Mahomes isn't getting
offenses
Juju
was
on the field,
Cleveland.
you're wrong.
Again, rotational wide receiver 4. Juju's not playing every snap.
Right.
If you think Juju's playing every snap, you're fucking crazy.
Right. But we do know Mahomes likes the guy.
Yeah.
For some reason.
But Mahomes also needs to. So, like, we know they'll use the guy.
Donnie,
I was just going by, like, last pick. It could have been any one of those dudes. We had 2 that correlated better with our team in Horn and Royals. Now, again, if we'd have taken Shador instead of Daniel Jones, would have probably been like, yeah, let's just take Bond. Get a double stack of Cleveland with Tillman. Done.
Seriously though, we can table this and make it a wider discussion. These are the type of plays that if you like them, you take them in a week 1 Millie, or like whatever week you think he's gonna blow up, or like you start to see signs. That's the type of play that you want, like in a Millie later in the year, if you really think that. I don't know. Like I give you plus numbers if he even makes the roster.
I don't think they signed him without having intentions of keeping him.
Well, he's a draft pick. Like, he's basically the cheapest thing they can sign. Like, if he is a 4th round pick, then he is going to be like the cheapest wide receiver they can have for the next 2 to 3 years, no matter what. So, like, there's no reason not to sign him. It would be cheaper to sign him than to go out and sign a vet.
When I say like sign, I mean like on the active roster at any point this season.
At some point in the season, I think he's 100% going to play. At some point in the season, be on the active roster. If for whatever reason he might start on the practice squad just because they want the roster spot. But I think they wouldn't risk it because they do like the talent.
I mean, I'm going to go.
There are coaches batting for him clearly in that role.
Yeah,
and I think that's his biggest thing.
They had to because he didn't get drafted.
He has a former coach batting for him and saying, "Please, let's bring him in." And as soon as he came available,
like
that's to me, it matters.
Batting coach, talking about football or baseball?
But we see it each week, Gov, and these basketball discussions. We're part of a private chat, and we'll see each week. It's almost like some people just want to have the guy, you want to be proven right. So I get it. You want to make a stand for this guy. Taking him there made no sense.
Maybe for this team, yes. But I would have not brought up his name if you did not call him a joker like he was a nobody.
I had not heard the name until you brought him up. So he could legitimately.
I had not heard of Woody Marks. You guys brought him up.
Okay, I'm not even going to disagree with that being that's fine.
But Woody Marks,
we are learning about people. But my thought of Woody Marks is we've seen the Houston backfield and what it was with Mixon and Fat Nick early in preseason was getting high reps, and then preseason games happen and you see they're using him. So that made sense. We have seen nothing to show that they're even going to use Isaiah Bond. Other than he finally signed.
And Donnie, you love this.
I'm just saying, his competition in that room is not that harsh. After Cedric Tillman, it's very thin.
No, agreed. I'm not sure who wide receiver 3 would be after Tillman and Judy. I'm not sure it would be Bond, though. I'm not going to just say it's going to be Bond. I think
I'm not saying that either. But he should be by the end of the year. He should be around.
I'm applauding you, Donnie. If you really believe this, you should play him in every free competition this season until it hits. If you really.
He should also play Justin Watson with Patrick Mahomes every week. God damn it, Logan.
That's true. Eventually, that would have hit.
But the whole thing about Woody Marks is actually a good example because he was a 4th rounder. But the reason me and Go were high on him is because that room's been depleted, and he's getting the volume.
Yeah. Well, I love 4th-round rookie running backs anyway. It just seems like there's one that always hits right in that range. Every year comes in, and he's gonna run for 9. I don't remember the last time that hasn't happened, honestly.
Deontay Johnson. That's who the other wide receiver in Cleveland is.
It is Johnson, yeah.
So, that's 3 solid ones that should be ahead of this guy.
Deontay Johnson's been on 5 teams in the last 3 years.
Trust me, my team was one of them. I understand.
True,
I traded a 5th rounder and a 7th for him and then flipped him for a 5th later that year.
And he is playing like his life is on the line. Because I do think it is, but he is playing good. As much as you hate to admit it, he is playing. We haven't seen Bond at all.
Again, had our team fell a different way, I could understand the pick, but I don't think it fit us right.
I didn't bring up his name. I only brought up his name because I had to make it known. He's not just this nobody that people aren't hearing about him yet. I assume if you're a diehard fan in DFS, by next year you'll have heard of the name.
I don't know. I still don't. I think he's going to too much of an irrelevant spot. I don't think he'll have. Even if he sees the field second half of the year, the way you're saying, doubt he has a spike week. Doubt it.
If
just because it's Cleveland.
If you're right about this, Donnie, I'm gonna make a short of this. I'm gonna make you famous, man. But at least with the Puka thing we had seen. We've seen rumblings. There was tons of media.
I understand it's risky. I'm just saying, man. It's not
nothing about him that would tell you that he deserves to even be considered. It's foolish. Jeff turned off the light. He says good night. But that being said, though, we are over an hour. YouTube does like it when you go over an hour.
Sorry,
so
I just got a DM message, so I had to deal with it.
Good. Donnie, now it has become a bit, though. I am going to put him in the single, and I will give you all the profit. I will build a Browns lineup.
Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, it's happening now. Because I'm telling you, I'm making a short of this. I'm giving you all the profit. Like,
if you play Isaiah Bond week 1, you might as well just go and throw money into a pile and burn it.
I would rather do that than have him on my best ball team all year.
Listen, for this team, it doesn't make sense. But and I realize that. But like I've said, and I think Shedur's a bad draft pick because I think I think 3 of the quarterbacks. I don't know who the hell's going to make that team, but I think 3 of them are going to play this year.
I think honestly, if I was going to take one, it has to be Flacco followed by Kenny Pickett.
But to me, you're getting rid of either Flacco or Kenny Pickett, or you're trading Gabriel.
You're probably trading Pickett and trying to get whatever you can.
But are they going to get something for Pickett, who hasn't played all preseason?
Like if Pickett's not,
I mean, like if you can get the 5th or 6th back that you traded for him, or that you got Shedeur, that you drafted Shedeur at, like that's a win in my.
Well,
no, that's a win, yes, but like
you didn't lose a pick, you got a camp arm, like that's a win in my.
But they're getting calls for Dylan Gabriel. Yes, they're getting calls for Dylan Gabriel.
On a better deal. Like he's on that rookie scale deal, and it's like Dylan Gabriel was like a 4th round.
Yeah, he was a 3rd rounder. So if you can get your 3rd back for Gabriel and just say this room is 2 packed, I understand.
You can
that
get
would be
5th
okay.
back for Gabriel. I would still take it. Mm-hmm. But that's why I'd rather trade Pickett.
That's such a loss on investment so early. I don't think a 5th is worth it. But yeah, I think you're right.
I truthfully don't think there's even Gabriel who just went for a 3rd.
Look, the Lions have Puka, who's played a terrible preseason. They have an old arm in Allen, who looked really bad in that first. Like, there are
Kyle Allen looks so awful.
Yeah, there are teams like the Lions who would prioritize a backup quarterback. So, but okay, so to wrap up though, of these teams, I think our next show will probably be a review team of some sort. So just to give people a preview. Looking at this screen here, it shows our 3 picks of all the teams we've drafted together so far. Which team is your favorite, just based on the 3 names?
Probably the Barkley team, because we get my favorite offense this year.
Half bad, actually.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I like that, Bauer. I would actually say it's the Jefferson Ladd.
Omarion, the Chargers stick with Jefferson. That's not worth
it's heavy.
My 2 favorite are our Millie starts. Like I really like how we started both Millies.
Barkley, Bowers, Bucky,
yeah. I think
and followed by that is Nabers, Puka, Cook. Like I just think that's 2 really good starts.
The Genty Thomas,
and they're different because one's like a double wide receiver, and then Cook, and then the other one has 2 stud running backs and a stud tight end.
Yeah, I do think the team we just drafted is probably our rarest combination draft. Like I don't think there's many teams with a Nabers, Puka, and then a good running back to follow. Like
not many people were able to get Nabers and Puka. That's for sure.
Definitely not it's a combo that could have happened, but like most people would have grabbed the Henry or the A-Chain at the running back spot instead of having Puka there. Or they would have Puka with one of the running backs, and then Nabers would have gone. Like I've been seeing a lot of Nabers Puka going like right next to each other. So for them to go 4 or 5 picks away from each other was a bit of a.
That's what I'm saying, Gov, because like if we got Nabers and Puka, in most cases, like most people that will have that combination do not have our running backs. That's why I'm most impressed. Like, we still got running backs that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, that was another one. Cook and Breece Hall were very close to each other, so to get them within a few picks, like that was a combo I wasn't expecting.
Every one of our drafts, I think, have had a division theme as well for some reason. And this one was the AFC East theme, which probably not the division you want to bet on. But
I mean, we also have an NFC South theme. So is that any better?
I think so.
Have we drafted a Chargers Denver Chiefs team yet?
Yes, I think so. Like we've, I think that was our first one with the Bowers and the Genty, or there wasn't. Yeah, anyway, there was one.
Might have been the Jefferson, McConkey, Hampton that had the Chargers stack.
Yeah.
You love the correlation talk of, and like people were actually mentioning it in our private chat a couple nights ago when we were speaking. No one would have thought the Commanders were as good as they were, or a playoff team, last year when they were drafting. So there's going to be changes to this roster that we don't see coming. Who knows? The Colts might have a really good year. Daniel Jones actually likes the coordinator. He doesn't get yelled at because Dable was terrible at yelling at his quarterbacks. Who knows? Maybe chemistry-wise, they just yell.
The Colts are naming a starter soon, by the way. They're naming it like maybe the end of the week.
Oh, and it's the right.
They said they're pretty close to naming it.
See, but I wouldn't draft either one of them if it was my own team I had to manage. But in best ball, it makes sense because maybe we are wrong and Richardson starts, but he gets hurt because he gets hurt every year, and then we still have a good quarterback on the back.
He's already been hurt.
That's what I mean. Like we don't have to make that determination now. We're just hoping at some point he fills in for Drake Maye. So
we specifically, honestly, best case scenario, we only see Daniel Jones probably in week 14 and then never think about him again.
Now you're making me realize I should have looked that up. Like, God damn it.
What?
Correlation?
What is the best week 14 game that we could have maybe tried to target?
I don't think there was an option for us. I thought about looking it up, but I didn't think we had the option.
I really think that Warren is going to put up a better rookie year.
It's Colts Jags. So it's a divisional game in December in Florida. Better weather, potentially.
Better weather.
Potentially.
We could have had Browns Titans if we would have drafted Shador.
Where? Browns Titans in Cleveland?
Yeah.
But even if it's raining, the likelihood it's snowing in the north,
in Cleveland, yeah,
I'd rather have rain than snow.
100%.
Because
and Daniel Jones' legs is always going to be a threat.
If we're being honest, it's more wind when it comes to football than it's even rain or snow. It's more wind, and that's more likely to happen with colder conditions. But now that we went deep, we went on wide receivers that potentially might not have a roster spot at the end of the year. Is there anything else you guys want to mention?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
I like our full teams, like just our portfolio. I'll say on the way out, like and subscribe. If you've watched all the drafts, I'd love to know. Maybe that's only 2 of you. Maybe that's none of you. But I would love to know if anyone in the comment section has actually watched the drafts. You can obviously go back and watch how we put together our consensus ranking. They're doing really good, so I appreciate all the love we've been getting. I always had a goal. Like I never actually said it out loud. Donnie knows this. I wanted to get to 180 subscribers before we started week 1 of DFS. I didn't know if it was possible. We were actually at 179. So even if you hate me, you can subscribe and then take it away if you really want to. I would love to get to 180 before we start DFS content, which we might start next week because we do have.
I just saw something.
Go ahead.
I just see John Mechie there, and that probably would have been a decent pick too. But they do have Dotson still. I forgot Dotson was there.
I'm looking at the schedule and realizing, Rams at Arizona in week 14. We probably could have just packed Stafford or Garoppolo and been fine.
Now, I watch way too much football. I got Red Zone a couple of years ago, so I've been spoiling myself. that game, that Rams-Arizona game, it's always been like crazy fun. Like no matter what the records are, I don't know why.
In Arizona, so in their
Yeah.
dome.
Yeah. I just remember Stafford either plays really terrible there or really good, and it just makes a lot of fun chaos. And that's kind of Murray's game all around. He's either really good or really bad. Those kind of games are fun for fantasy. That's what I'm saying. You mentioned it on our way out, Donnie. Daniel Jones is going to get fantasy points if he plays. Like his legs, he has kind of a Tim Tebow, like, I'm going to get you points somehow. Like he does wild things with the ball, good and bad. So with that being said, though, good night, guys. Again, consider subscribing if you want to. I want to get to 180. So if you want to make my dreams come true, that's one way to do it. But good night. Hope you guys sleep well.
Peace out, everyone.
That